Okay, I found a pen we have. It's one of these paint pens, and I'm going to trace this Tiki face. It's a gold colored one, which means it'll show up. I tried using a black Sharpie marker, and it just would not show up well on this dark stained wood. So I'm just going to go ahead and carefully trace this. I'm starting with the mouth because I can position the mouth in the correct position the easiest. Okay, there's the mouth. Let's finish that up. Let's move on to the rest of it. Position the nose. And I'm going to be making two matching ones. Get the eyes put in there. I might add that it's a good thing to take your pieces that are symmetrical and fold them exactly in half, because then when you put them down you can locate the exact center real easily to position the next part. So here's the center of the nose exactly, and it's going to go right up so I can position these eyes in just the right spot. And I'm also looking at the other one here. I have the other one right next to it so that I can compare it and measure it just with a yardstick or a ruler. One more tip is for things that can slide around easily, like small pieces like the eyes. Maybe put a piece of masking tape on to hold them in place. Another nice thing about these paint pens is if you make a mistake, look at that, just a tiny brush dipped in mineral spirits can erase any mistake. And then you want to clean that spot up to get the mineral spirits off with a little damp tissue. Okay, so let's put that line back there by the nose. Okay. And now we've got both of them. They should look pretty much the same. Now remember, this is all made from scraps of wood, so this wood's not perfect, and you know what, it doesn't matter. It's got a little gouge there, it's got a few nail holes here, it's got a line right here, but you know, besides all this, it shouldn't look perfect. I don't want it looking perfect. You know, I don't think a tiki room should look like it was just bought in a store, you know, and came all finished and beautiful. I think it should have a little bit of character to it. So I'm going to go ahead and stain this right now and then let these pieces dry. Okay, here's some old walnut stain we had left over. It's from years ago, but stain doesn't really go bad. Okay, I've begun routing this out, this design, just using a small Dremel tool with a little round tip on it, and I've been experimenting on a scrap piece of wood, and what I found is the best way to do this for me, and I've never done this before, but is to hold the Dremel tool like you'd hold a pencil, and then there's a little, on this side there's a little bit of an indentation, and put the other index finger against it. And what I'm finding is the best way to do it, if you're right-handed, is to pull to the left and then go up and pull to the left again, and never back up. Okay, don't go back and forth. So I'm going to turn it on and just try to make a little line here, and as I do it, I'm starting out by doing it very lightly, and then I'm just going to keep getting deeper and lifting it up and doing maybe an inch at a time. Let's see how that goes. And then I let this cool down. I've been letting this cool down every few minutes just because it's such a little thing, and it's a big project to route this out or groove it out, carving it out like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this one. Well, I'm just letting the Dremel tool cool off for a minute. I also wanted to say that it's easiest if you're standing up instead of sitting. If you're standing up and you have some kind of table or bench that's about waist high, that you can lean on the piece with your arms while you're doing it. So you're actually holding the wood down with your elbow and your arms as you're leaning on it. It makes it a lot easier. Trying to sit at a table just didn't work for me. We got Bunny Joe down here. Bunny Joe, she's a very old cat. She's one of my relatives' cats that I've inherited the care of. Anyway, there it is, and I'm going to work on the next one tomorrow, and then the next video will be showing you how I'm going to mount it on a piece of plywood.